Hold up, wait a minute. That's right, you know what time it is. It's time for another successful DJ interview series. Let's go.
Stylewise presents SuccessfulDJ.com.
Hey, what's up, DJ? This is your homie Stylewise checking in. SuccessfulDJ.com in the building. Now, today what I have for you is another successful DJ interview, and this is definitely going to go down in history as one of the best interviews of all time. This is a homie by the name of DJ Brenton, and let me just give you 5 reasons why I think he's a brilliant DJ and someone I think you should learn from. 1, he's not just a DJ. He's not just a mobile DJ. He also is a club DJ. That's how he got his start. And more importantly than that, he's a genius businessman and marketer, okay? He has 11 DJs working for him. All right, so this guy is an image of what I'd say at least 90% of DJs out there are moving towards, which is to be able to make money without even DJing. Just think about how powerful that is for a second. Number 2, he's a true entertainer, okay? And this is one of the things that I like most about this guy. He is a real entertainer, and before he was a DJ, he was an entertainment coordinator, and that was even before he started DJing, okay? So he is someone who knows how to deliver excitement. Okay, number 3, even though he's achieved a high level of success with his DJ business, he still sees himself as a student of the game. And that's something that's hard to find. It's not that hard to find successful DJs, but it's extremely difficult to find DJs who are successful and also still humble. And that's number 4. He's not a dick. Unlike a lot of DJs, Brenton is not arrogant. You know, he's cool, he's respectful, and he's just a nice freaking dude, which I really appreciate and made him a pleasure to talk with. And I presume that him being so nice is entirely due to the fact that he is Canadian. Number 5, he has achieved what I would call leverage. And what I mean by that is that he can make money from DJing without even DJing himself. This guy has the ability to DJ 4 gigs simultaneously and make money off all of them without even being there. Okay, so basically this guy's living the dream, and I really think you're going to like what he has to say. And then 6th reason, okay, I'll give you a bonus one. He's been getting paid since day 1. Okay, DJing gave this guy what he called instant cash, right? Instant income. Because he didn't mess around with this for a bunch of years trying to figure out. This guy is, like I said, a brilliant businessman and understood exactly how to go where the money is. All right, so that's about DJ Brenton. But how's about you? Here's what you're about to learn in this installment of the Successful DJ interview series. First, you're going to learn how to get in with the DJ company and how to find the decision maker. In other words, how to get to the person that has the ability to give you gigs. Now, if you have your own DJ company, this is going to help you because those are the same people who can send you referrals. And if you don't have a DJ company, these are the people who have the ability to give you gigs. You're also going to learn how to get instant money from DJing because, like I said, Brenton is an expert at that, and he's been doing it since day 1. Literally, since day 1, he started DJing. You're also going to learn how to continue generating income with your DJ business during off nights and during the day. This guy's figured out some very creative ways of generating income on those off nights and even during the day, and he's going to tell you how to do it in the interview. You're also going to learn how he bought an already successful DJ company and how to do it without any money. So that's pretty amazing, and he is going to talk to you about how he did it so you can do it yourself. You're going to learn how to take what makes other non-DJ businesses successful and use that knowledge to make your own DJ business successful. You're also going to learn how to get more gigs by showing people you can make them feel good. Brenton is a master at creating experiences, and we're going to talk about that and help you do that better. You're also going to get in this interview a simple formula for becoming one of the DJs that makes the most money. Brenton is one of them, and he's one of the best people to learn from when it comes to this. And you're going to learn an easy technique, and this is one of my favorite parts of the interview. Very easy technique that makes people see your DJing as more valuable. Okay, that's right at the beginning of the interview, and that's one of the first things he covers. This very easy to use technique that you can use. I call it the laundry list technique, but he's going to go into detail on how he uses it and how you can use it to make people see your DJing as more valuable, which translates to you making more money per gig. All right, so that's going to wrap up the intro. Enough of this yapping. Let's get straight into it. This is the homie, DJ Brenton from Summer Bounce Entertainment. I am Stylewise, successful DJ interview series. Hey, yo, Tone Loc, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Stylewise presents SuccessfulDJ.com.
All right, so I got DJ Brenton on the line. So why don't we start at the beginning, man? Tell me how you got started in DJing and where you come from.
Yeah, I'm from Jamaica. When I was in Jamaica, I went to college for hospitality, and then as a part of like my practicum, they put me in a hotel. And you probably heard of Sandals?
Yeah.
Like everyone knows about Sandals. I used to work at Sandals hotels, and I started off as a waiter. And I always seen these guys that worked in the entertainment industry, in the entertainment part, and they sang, danced, acted around stage all the time. And I liked that, so I switched departments from being a food and beverage server to an entertainment coordinator. And as a part of the job description, the entertainment coordinator, they also DJ in the nightclub. So that kind of just came into the job there. But because of the type of interaction that we did on a daily basis, it was really easy for that to flow over into when you were DJing in the nightclub, because, you know, you just get out on the floor and start dancing and interacting with the people, and they love it, and they'd be like, wow, you know, I've never seen DJs do this before. And, you know, of course, you have that extra Caribbean flavor in there and all of that, too. While working at Sandals, I was also going to school for aviation. I'm actually a pilot. And I moved to Canada to do my commercial pilot's license, which I finished. But while I was in school, I had to get a job out here, and DJing was the first thing that I kind of jumped on. And it's kind of strange how it worked out, but the thing that was your backup, which was DJing, was become, you know, my full focus. But, you know, money gets tight, especially when you're a student. And so I just kind of started relying on DJing because it gave me instant money. And then from there, I just kept going with it.
Walk me through coming from Jamaica to Canada. Did you start looking for work once you moved to Canada? Working professionally as a DJ, how did that come about?
As soon as I moved here, I tried to get a job as a DJ because that's the only thing that I could do while going to school all day. Mm-hmm. And it was the fastest thing, right? I was already a DJ, so it's something that I could just, you know, drop into really quickly. And so that's why I pursued that. Definitely
there's a lot of DJs who are out there that are actively DJing, wanting to take it to the next level. Most of the DJs I work with are in that category. But for the DJs who are still in the position like you were when you just sort of started DJing and you saw that you could do it in addition to what you're already doing, in this case going to school, how did you go about actually getting gigs and moving forward with that as something that you were going to do professionally?
I got a job working for a DJ company. And from there, I just, you know, kept doing events for them. They gave me all the gigs I needed, but I wanted more. But yeah, I just couldn't really, I couldn't get my own gear or anything like that.
How did you get in with the DJ company in the first place?
I went to the local bar where they were playing at. I went to the local bar that they were playing at.
That was actually just a question that I got a few weeks ago, which was, how do you get in with a DJ company?
I just applied for a job there. Like, I mean, my process of application was a little bit different, but I went to the bar, I seen the DJs playing, and I thought I could have done a better job than that guy. And so I said to him, well, you know what, I'd just be interested to find out, you know, if you're looking for other DJs to work with you. And he said, straight up, like, I don't own the company, but here's the name of the guy that does. And so I called that guy, and he set up an interview with me, and we did a little bit of training. But because I had previous DJing experience, then the training went by a lot faster. And then he started to give me shifts in the nightclub. And then eventually I moved from the nightclub into to weddings. And got to a point where when he was ready to sell the business, he offered it to me. I didn't have any money. So we worked out a payment plan. And every penny that I made from it for the next 8 months went right back to him until I owned it.
That's something that I know a lot of DJs would like to do where they have a real DJ company. Like a lot of times I talk to DJs who are wondering why business isn't booming when they don't even have a business to boom. So the fact that you have a business and it's booming shows that you can come into it and you can learn what you need to learn and start a DJ company and be successful. And there's more than one way to do it. It doesn't just have to be this, I start my own company and I do it my own way. Even someone who does start their own thing, they're always going to have people that they learn from. Myself, I learned from everybody. I had to follow around all kinds of DJs and carry their records and, remember those, like record crates, and do all that sort of stuff. So I think the point here really, and Brenton, you tell me your thoughts on this. I think the point here is you have to have someone that you can learn from. You have to be able to model other successful DJs if you expect to be successful yourself.
Yes, and we're still doing that. We're still learning from other DJs that are more experienced or more successful than we are. Honestly, just as much as I'd love to share my success with somebody, there's somebody who's way more successful than me who is completely comfortable with sharing their success, because they kind of look at it as, we're better in the DJ industry. It's not just me teaching somebody my tips.
What you're talking about is DJing successfully. What makes someone successful at DJing, how to market, how to promote yourself, the business game, rather than just, scratching and mixing the art form of DJing. And I mean, that's really where the leverage is. That's where the money is. I mean, any DJ who has seen another DJ who gets more gigs than they do, but isn't as good of a DJ as them, knows that that's
a better marketer.
Yeah, exactly. And I wish it wasn't like that. I wish that, all of us got paid equal to how good we are, but it's not like that. And it's not ever going to be like that. So learning marketing is just essential. You have to do it. Tell me a little bit about that. You're one of the smartest DJs I've ever met in terms of marketing, in terms of the way that your mind works and how you're able to really entertain people, understand that you're solving people's problems by DJing and by entertaining them, whereas a lot of DJs think of themselves as just a DJ, just someone who plays music. So I think that really when it comes to marketing and being successful, it has a lot more to do with how you think about what you do rather than just what you're doing. So can you maybe talk a little bit about how you learned marketing, what you think has made you successful at it in the DJ community where there's a lot of guys struggling?
First things first is you have to think of it as a business. And if it's something that you kind of started, just kind of on the side, it can be harder to think of that as a business because everybody originally thinks of themselves as, I'm DJ this or I'm DJ that, and then eventually trying to hone that into a business can be a little bit harder. But simple things like, get, a business name registered, get a tax number, treat it like a legit business, and then model other businesses. Now, not just DJ businesses, but think of a business as successful. Salespeople make the most money. It doesn't matter what you're selling, salespeople make the most money. And the reason why salespeople make the most money is because they're able to connect the customer with what the customer wants, and they're able to make the customer feel how they want to be felt. So a realtor, for example, makes a crap load of money on a commission on a house that may not require very much manual labor. Realtors don't have to lift up speakers, or they don't have to put hammers into the doors. But they're able to find the customers and they're able to connect them with what they're wanting. And you know how they do that? By asking lots and lots of questions. Now, because realtors ask all these questions, it takes time. They have to account for their time, so they got to get paid for that. DJs have a tendency to say, no, I love it. I just love DJing. I'm just not going to charge for that. That's not really work. It's work. If it includes me and anything I'm thinking about my business, that's work. And if I'm working, I got to get paid for it. Okay? So the moment you start taking into consideration all the things that you do and making time allotments and say, okay, well, this is how much my time is worth, then you start to see that, your baseline or your package is going to start growing. And most of it is just time that you're investing, but it's still time. If a realtor can make $7,000 on a sale where she maybe has to show the house twice, she puts in, 2 hours with the client, maybe another 3 hours of phone and emails and documents, that's 5 hours for $7,000. That's really good. You know why though? Because the realtor realizes that nobody else actually is able to offer what he or she is offering. Only for DJs. Nobody else can offer what we're offering. Because we have a love for music, we have a love for people, and we have a love for making people feel really good. All you gotta do is show them how you can make them feel good, give them exactly what they want, and they will give you the money.
I love that, because what you're talking about is creating an experience for people. And the DJs who are able to understand that it's about creating experience, the music is just a tool that allows you to do that, but the experience is ultimately what you're selling. Those are the DJs who tend to make the most money.
Exactly, and you have to keep into consideration, guys, that it costs you time, it costs you money for a lot of the things that we use in our business. Now, if you talk to a lawyer, they will charge you down to the very paper that they make a photocopy for you. Honestly, if you go see a lawyer and they give you a detailed bill, you look at it, they'll charge you 50 cents for the photocopy and 10 cents for the sheet of paper as well. That would blow your mind, but hey, you know, lawyers make a lot of money, and nobody argues with a lawyer because the lawyer is good at what they do. They're perceived as a professional. So why can't we charge for all those little things as well? When I sit down with my customers, after I've decided that we're going to work really well together, I give them a detailed printout of what my services entail. Break down hour by hour. How much time is it going to take me to, you know, go through their music in my office? How much time it's going to take me to pack up and set down equipment, and how much time it's going to take me to travel, and I want all those things. When you open it up in front of them, you show them a nice open pack to say, honestly, this is how much time I've invested in you. Then the price doesn't seem that much because they work it out in their head per hour, right? So you got to think of it as a business, not just as DJing.
Right, and what you're saying is that one thing that you do is you educate people on all the stuff that goes into putting on their event, because if you leave it up to them, they just go, oh, DJ, music, and that's it. But the fact that you've taken the responsibility to educate your clients into what goes into it, that's basically a way that you communicate the value of what it is that you do as a DJ, right?
Exactly. And a lot of DJs may say, well, I don't even know exactly everything I do. I have to sit down and do up this crazy document. I bet you if you put more than 5 DJs in a room and they start complaining about their customers and not getting paid enough, they themselves are going to just reel off all these things that they do for their customers that people don't even see. All you got to do is write all that stuff down that you're going to be complaining back and forth about, and there you go. You have your detailed list of all the things that you need to show your customer so that they see value in you, so that they can pay you properly.
That's like a simple thing that you can do, right? That's something that could take you like literally 5 minutes. Write down a list of all the things that you do when you prepare for a gig. Every single action you take that you wouldn't take if you didn't have a gig. So in other words, all the inputs that go into that specific gig, and show that to your clients when you're talking to them about booking you.
Everything. Like I said, think back to the lawyer. You know, the lawyer gives a detailed report on everything, including the photocopy. First time I seen that with my lawyer, I was like, are you for real? You can't argue with them, no, because this is what the deal is. So, yeah, for us, let's think of it as a business, and let's detail our everything that's involved with the event so that our customers can see it.
Excellent, cool, man. Why don't we talk a little bit about making the shift from doing DJing on the side to doing DJing full-time? And you are a full-time DJ, very successful. You are operating, well, it's a multi-operation over there. How many DJs do you have working with you now?
In total, with our company, we have 11 DJs, but really, we only do about 3 to 4 events, 2 persons per system. One's a headliner DJ who's been doing it for a couple of years. The other one is a new recruit, and we're training him from scratch. That's
the dream, man. That's living the dream. I mean, to be able to do multiple gigs simultaneously on the same night.
A lot of DJs may say, though, you know, I don't want to be a multi-op because I can't send somebody else under my name. Well, for me personally, my name is Brenton Thompson. My company name is Summer Bounce Entertainment, and we've branded the company as an interactive DJ service. And I've been very, very clear with my staff on what the expectation of our customers are and what our brand means. So they don't go out and represent my name until I feel 100% certain that they're ready. and they've proven it to me as well, and that's where my training comes in.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about that, man, because I know we talked about that before the interview. You actually prefer to work with DJs who are less experienced, is that right?
Exactly. I prefer to work with DJs with no experience whatsoever. No disrespect to the DJs who are out there who, they've been doing it for a couple of years and they're trying to move from one company to another. But I find that if I start somebody from scratch, there's a little bit of loyalty because you've given them their start in the industry. I know exactly what to expect. I can train them properly. There are no old tricks to try and break. And, we all know it. DJs have an ego problem.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Yeah.
And so if you take a DJ who's already got an ego because he thinks he's all that or she thinks he's all that, and you try and bring them down to your level, or at least try and retrain them, sometimes you won't get the best out of them because they have a mental block. They already know what they're doing. Why should I listen to you? I already know what I'm doing. So we start from scratch, and then that DJ has nothing. Blank slates. They're eager to learn. And the only thing that they must have, the only two things, is they must have a driver's license and they must have an out-there personality. And that's important to us because we're an interactive DJ company. We get involved, and you can't really force somebody who's not a really people person, not a person that's really, out there and goofy, willing to, be in front of a crowd and not be shy.
Right.
We need that type of person. So I look for that in their personality.
That's really one of the biggest things that makes your company unique and your brand unique is that, as you describe it, as an interactive DJ service. And I like that because it's short, it's concise, it gets the point across. But can you elaborate on that a little bit? What exactly do you mean by interactive DJ service, and how is it that you came to choose that as your differentiation?
Well, that brand kind of came about a little bit by accident, but when I realized it, then I was able to actually harness it. And my background is from entertainment. I used to work in the Sandals Resorts chain as an entertainment coordinator, and our job was to interact with the guests all day, all evening, dancing, singing on stage, acting the whole bit. And so you interact with people enough that it becomes a part of you. Like, you can't not be that person that, is in a crowd and not be able to try and get people to get excited. And I found that while I was doing events, before I actually started my company, I used to be that DJ that would get out there and I'd get involved with them just because I love to, just because they're part of my personality. And then I realized that people really talked about that afterward. And so I said, well, how can I really, put this brand through the company? And so I had to find other DJs with similar personalities. Now, being interactive at an event is that we get involved with the crowd. We go out on the floor. We dance with them. They see the energy and the enthusiasm, and it excites them. It's infectious. And so we've been branded as an interactive style of DJs because we get involved. We get interactive with the guests. And them in turn, they interact with us. And that's what we've kind of gotten known for that. So rather than just, kind of it being something that people say about us, it's actually a part of our logo. It says Summer Balance Entertainment, and then right underneath it, it says Interactive DJ Services. On all of our marketing information, our website, everything. Like, we own it. We own the company name, Interactive DJs, along with our own company name, Summer Balance Entertainment. So we've just grabbed it. We realized that people liked it, and they started using that to refer to us. So we just owned it right away.
Excellent. Yeah, I have something that I talk about a lot, which is something I came up with called the vibe method. And the vibe method really is how to figure out exactly what you just did on your own, which is what is your uniqueness? What is your unique advantage? DJing has largely become a commodity, and everybody and their mama's a DJ now. So if you want, if you really, it's including iPods and Pandora and YouTube. I mean, there's so much competition, and there's so many things that can basically play music for people continuously, whereas before, all these things didn't exist. So not only do we have to compete with other DJs, but we have to compete with technology, and it makes it it's getting harder and harder and harder to be unique as a DJ. So what that means for all of us in this community that we're all a part of is that you have to find what makes you truly unique as a DJ. what I like about this, Brenton, is it's not just something that you came up with that you thought sounded good. You know, interactive DJ services, like, oh yeah, people like that, that's cool. It's something that's true to who you are. It's real. And I think that people can see that when you talk to them, and like you said, they can see the enthusiasm. And if DJs are out there wanting to know how they can tap into that, how they can create a situation where instead of having people come to them and say, okay, just give me the price, how much is it going to cost me, you know, and see you just the same, to move from being one of the same to being looked at as one of the few. There's two parts to it. One is finding something that is going to resonate with people, and also something that is true to who you are. And then the other part of it is finding a way to describe it in a way that people can actually understand. So I think that you really have your DJ company and your personal brand as a company really figured out for all those reasons, man. And I think just hearing about that, all my DJs just hearing about how you've done that is going to be really helpful to them. So that's awesome, man. I just wanted to say that.